Okay, now we're going.
Back to an episode with just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
I was going to do that, and then I didn't. My vocals
We
could
can
handle it.
make it if we try.
The audience isn't going to know what to do. Like, they're going to where's the other person?
Where's the guest? Well, we've only had one guest episode.
I know.
I really wanted to have a guest on this week, but here's the sitch. The sitch is that it's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So it feels really weird because the podcast dropped this morning, but then
We're already filming
another one, which usually we film on Saturdays, and we've had one Thursday filming, I
Yeah.
believe, but a Tuesday filming.
Never had it before.
Outrageous.
First time. And it feels weird, I'm not going to lie.
Feels good?
It feels weird.
It does feel weird
Like,
because
our
I
Instagram hasn't even seen the majority of the content from the last one, and here we are.
haven't seen any of it.
Yeah.
I just starting it off strong. I've had many an odd pooping moment in my life.
Oh?
Never have I ever, until a minute before this, we hit record, have pooped in a mirror maze and not been able to turn the lights on.
That'll do it.
And had to use my phone flashlight. That was a super odd experience.
Yeah, if someone were to come here that didn't know, it could be scary.
It is scary, especially when you close yourself in and it was a sliding handle door, but it turns out it's actually a push to open door.
So y'all probably don't understand what we're talking about, but basically at the venue that we're shooting at, which is the office that I work at, it used to be an old art studio or art, venue where you show art.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Just hold it in your lap.
These are so far to the ground.
And basically, so there's mirrors everywhere. It's basically like you're at a
haunted house. A mirror maze.
A mirror maze at the state fair.
It's pretty spooky-ooky.
And the lights are pretty hard to find, so it's quite literally a dark mirror maze.
Yeah. It was horrifying, honestly.
And the little actual place where the toilet is like a 1 foot by 1 foot box.
Yeah, it's like a porta potty, but like from a horror movie and like smoothed out. It's like your Minecraft base house.
Yeah.
Like the one by one.
Spawn in.
With no torches.
100%. You haven't mined for coal yet.
Yeah, you have no coal, and you're just hiding out overnight.
But somehow you have window mirrors, and you can just see yourself from every angle, which is also an experience. If you've never pooped and seen yourself from every angle,
Well, I had the door closed.
The one downstairs, though, there's mirrors all around.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Because, like, looking in the mirror for me is sometimes a scary experience anyways, but I can't imagine being on the toilet and doing that.
Yeah.
All right, we need to move on. This is getting freaky.
I have a question. First time I've had a question for you leading out.
Yeah, this is nuts. I don't know what to do.
If there was a bucket list scenic cityscape shot or city that you could take, what would it be? Like mine would be Seattle. I want the Seattle skyline in my reservoir.
This is not something I've thought about. Like citywide. You're right.
Any city in the world. Like if you wanted that skyline, as a photo that you could have, that you could print out, put on your wall. What cityscape? You go Moscow. That'd be a cool one, actually.
Probably like Dubai.
Oh, that'd be sick. You see,
Mr.
Beast just did that one.
Where is it? Like Singapore, where it has like the hotel that's like a circle.
I don't know.
It's pretty cool. We should look that up afterwards.
100%. We needed it one day. We'll have a producer that can just look stuff up for us.
Yeah. Today we don't have anyone behind the camera, except a battery. We have a battery behind the camera.
It's got it.
And it's honestly, it's kind of sad.
As long as we don't have another episode 1 issue, we should be good.
Yeah. Last time we were filming, we had 2 people behind the camera. And
this is the first episode we don't have a producer with us, except for the first episode.
But the first episode, we were at my house, and there were people walking around in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the first time that we've ever just filmed by ourselves, and honestly, it's an odd experience.
It is.
I think we need to start having more guests.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like having an audience, if you could call it an audience.
Yeah, it's just like we're speaking to a Christmas tree right now.
Literally just looking like a giant crystal ball hanging from the Christmas tree.
And there's windows all around us. And it's that time of year where it's like a murderer could be on the loose.
Yeah. Well, I had someone come up to me a couple days ago, and they were like, yeah, I really enjoyed standing and listening to y'all watching your podcast. Like, how do you not get nervous? And I was like, Honestly, if I knew there was that many people listening, I probably would have been nervous.
You know what I thought about the other day? We're not a big podcast. Let me just put that out there.
We're in the growing stages.
We're definitely growing. A lot of people don't know we have a podcast, which we need to fix that.
Getting that out there.
So share, like, comment, share, rate,
100%.
all the things.
Ratings on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen.
All
give
the
us a
things.
shout out.
Yeah, give us a shout. Give us a comment too, and send us an email. Because I've been checking our comment section, and it's dry. And I know
There has been a couple comments that have been good though.
Like who? Shout them out.
I got you. Hold on.
Give them some joy. But
Oh, you know what one of them was? I don't even have to put it up. I don't know who this person is. Maybe you know them, but they told you to stop interrupting me.
I did see that. No. That was Enoch, right?
No, it wasn't. It was someone else. Yeah, I know Enoch. I don't know who it was. It was some random guy. I thought you knew him.
Oh, wait. No, I did respond to that one.
You
And
did.
I said, watch a full episode and tell me who actually interrupts more.
Yeah. We need
Which
to
is
start
probably
a
me.
counter sometime.
Which
but-
is probably me. Well, we really don't, because then I'd just get embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, it also goes back and forth though. Like sometimes when I'm editing the reels, I go through. I'm like, why are both of us talking at the same time? And it makes it so much harder to choose captions.
To do the subtitles.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you sent me, so Luke makes all of our reels, but I wanted to like help out because he's been really busy. So I had him send me a screen recording of his exact editing process for how he edits. Because like obviously there's like I know how to edit reels,
Yeah.
but like there's a specific way that he does it
You have to match styles.
that like I wanted to match, and so I had him send it, and I didn't realize how much you had to edit the captions because I'm such a yapper.
Yeah.
But it really was.
It's like a. Also, I was like when I seen that screen recording, I was like, if you're an experienced videographer or photographer at this point, just at some point screen record your editing process and then watch it back, and you'll realize you're a lot better than you thought you were.
And no, but also if you send it to someone else, they'll be like, why on earth does he edit like this?
Yes.
Because we edit completely different ways, like even down to how we cut our clips.
Really?
Yes. Like I use commands for everything. You do it with your mouse.
Oh no, I was commanding, like going between cut and select tool.
I don't use the tools. I just hit Command K.
I just hit C, V, and like grab.
You were doing like the splicer thing though.
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah.
do that. So you use like the actual.
I use the timeline thing.
Yeah, so I like hit C, which is like gets me my cut tool, and then I actually click it where I want to cut it. Like I'll drag my mouse,
Oh.
and then I hit V and select, and then I move stuff around, and then I go back and forth.
Yeah, so this is my process. I'm a spaceboard heavy editor, or spacebar. What did I say? Spaceboard.
Spacebar.
So I spacebar to play, and then I hit spacebar again when I want to cut, and then Command K, then hit spacebar, Command K. Like I do that.
Oh, so you're
I don't use
actually
the mouse
cutting-
at all.
You're cutting where the blue.
Yeah,
tracker
but
is.
only on the selected line. So like you go and go.
Yeah,
I just cut the clip that I want.
I see. See, because like usually what I do is I follow. Because you in the audio you can kind of see where you want to cut it anyway. So
Yeah.
I just cut the before and after, so that way I can just edit this chunk and not have to worry about this, and then I go back and forth.
Which is a really good way to do it. Like when I found out how usable the sound waves are in Premiere,
so good.
dude, life changing.
100%.
Especially like if you ever have to find like a downbeat on a song, you can like Michael Richardson is really good at it. He'll like drag it and be like, and he can figure out exactly where the
Yes.
drop is, and it's actually super impressive.
So good.
Yeah. I think we're nerding out a little too early. No, just no
Guys,
warning.
nerd alert
If
came
you're a
out of
DaVinci
nowhere.
editor, you're like,
Dude, I started on DaVinci.
I
It's the
know.
first system I ever learned.
I taught a kid how to color grade today, and he did really good.
Nice.
Well, he didn't color grade, but he like retained all the information, which is impressive because
That's
there's a lot.
Yeah.
He was like, "Isn't DaVinci better for color grading?" I was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, but like, it's node based, which I hate nodes. I'm a layers guy."
Yeah, I liked Nodes originally. Now that I've used Premiere more, I'm like, I don't want to go back.
Yeah. It's also just something weird about it being free.
Yeah.
Kind of freaks me out.
A little bit. Because, yeah, most free product, I will say it's not like most free products where it's like actually not quality. Like it is 100% professional.
Yeah,
grade.
yeah.
But,
Well, Blackmagic is getting better constantly.
dude,
Like their cameras
cameras
are so good.
I thought about getting a Pocket 6A
I was gonna get a Pixis,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have like some of the main, like it doesn't have like one or two of the features that I wanted.
That's true.
But
Dude, so we just did a shoot recently, and we had a 5-camera setup going, and we had 2 Canons, one I don't know, Pentax maybe, and then another brand. Panasonic.
And a Fuji.
And a Fuji. And I thought, do Fujis and Panasonics does not shoot log?
I don't know.
Because
He just shot it.
He delivered it
log.
not in a log, and I was editing, and I was like, oh, so I had to match everything to those that we shot in log.
But he didn't shoot did he shoot the R6s in log?
We shot our R6s in
But
log.
he didn't.
I know. So I had 2 cameras in log.
So I think he just doesn't shoot in log.
Yeah, and so it killed me because I was trying to match is it Panasonic what it was?
Yeah.
Those colors are very different than Fuji colors, and matching those.
Fuji is really different
Yes,
in general.
it's like almost like overly saturated a
Yeah.
little bit. And so trying to match to those, I was like, oh my goodness.
How did it go?
It was tough.
I
can show you after.
Yeah, I want to see after. Okay. I have some things written down that I wanted to talk about. Also, I've never seen you drink Diet Coke.
Okay, so usually I drink normal Coke. Actually, I drink root beer. But
Root beer.
but low-key, Diet Coke like tastes better to me than actual
McDonald's Diet Coke
But-
is so good.
But apparently Diet Coke's worse for you than actual Coke.
I don't know.
I don't know at this
We'll
point.
see what
like,
our-
let's be realistic. All soda's bad for you.
We'll
so.
see what RFK says. I
For
feel like
real.
anything that looks like a black void when you look down into the can is probably not that great for
Probably
you.
not the best.
But yeah, I had my first Dr. Pepper in a couple weeks the other
I
day.
had my first one like a couple days ago.
Yeah, because I drink it all the time, but I've been laying off the Dr. Pepper because it's not good for you. Like, everyone knows that.
It's not.
And I had one the other day from McDonald's because we ran out of cans in my house. So I was like, shoot, like, there's a McDonald's right down the street. So I went with my sister. Dang, that thing was slapping.
McDonald's though, I always get a Sprite. There's nothing like McDonald's Sprite.
No, have you had McDonald's Diet Coke?
Mm-mm.
Well, we might need to go later. It's so good. And also, if you're going to McDonald's without the app,
What
are you
doing?
rich? Like hello? Like, how are you
The app
affording
has so many deals that
the
incredible.
$1 for 10 nuggets
So good.
every week?
Can we also talk about the downfall of the Taco Bell app?
How so?
So Taco Bell like used to have like amazing deals. Like they had like the $5 build your own box. It's now like $7. They had
Okay, it's $7 at certain locations. Other places it's $6. The one by our house is $7.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of going to Taco Bell is so I can get cheap tacos.
Yes.
And now you're going to charge me like if I want a $7 meal, I would go to like Rusty Taco or something.
Oh, I don't know if you're getting out of Rusty for $7.
You can get 2 tacos and like no drink and chips.
Yeah, but at Taco Bell you do get a drink and chips.
That's true. But you're not the quality taco.
Yeah, but if I'm going to Taco Bell, I'm not looking for quality.
That's valid.
That's
I don't
like
know. I just feel like they've down tiered and like the stuff that you could get in it is also gone down.
the thing that's annoying to me is like there's no box that I can't not get a beefy 5-layer burrito.
Yes.
And I'm eating. I think I've eaten 300 of them this year.
So, but okay, let me explain this though. In the old box, there used to be this way where you could get the potatoes with the queso on top, you know.
Potatoes are underrated.
And
I love the.
You
Fiesta
could
potatoes.
add the nacho fries to the potatoes for like literally 20 cents, and then you could add meat to it for 10 cents. So instead of getting like the little cup of potatoes, it would come in like a whole tray for like 30 cents more. It was so much food.
I really do think that was just your luck in finding that because I tried that one time. It didn't work.
Dude. Enoch and Darian will back me up. We did it every single day for like
It might have been the DBU
days.
Taco Bell.
Maybe.
That might have been it because I tried the one by our house and they didn't get me right.
It was so good.
They also charged me like an extra $1. And it wasn't even like what I ordered. Sorry, I'm yawning so much. It's been a long day.
No, yeah, it literally has been a full day of work actually.
All right. Yeah, we act like we work so hard. We literally just sit behind computers.
I edited all day pretty much, I'm not going to lie.
Well, it's brain intensive.
Yeah.
But physically, not at all. Okay. So
You- Go ahead.
No, you.
I was going to say, I was editing this podcast today with this chiropractor, and he said, so, you know, some people have like standing desks at work.
Yes.
He said that if you stand at your desk all day at work, that's just as bad as sitting at your desk all day
Not for your heart, though.
for your chiropractic wise. He
Yeah.
said the whole point of having a standing desk, and apparently like in the instruction manual it says this, it's just in small font, is you're supposed to like do 20 minutes sitting, 10 minutes standing, 20 minutes sitting, 10 minutes standing. And that's what keeps your joints, like keeps you in alignment. But if you stand,
Oh.
it's just as bad for your body. Because the whole point is to keep yourself moving.
Yeah.
didn't
I
know that.
agree with that. Do you think chiropractic, what is it? Chiropractic
Yeah.
is a real science?
After listening to him, yes, Loki.
Yeah, but he's like a chiropractor.
I know, but he started off as like what's a PA, like physician's assistant or whatever, physical. I don't remember what that is.
I don't know.
But he went to school for like that in sports medicine, and then he switched into chiropractic, whatever. I don't know how you actually
Or
say
just
it.
saying chiropractic.
Chiropractics, maybe that's it. Afterwards,
He was a chiropractor.
practices cryotherapy. Chiropractic.
That's a whole nother thing.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, I've never had it done, so I can't say anything. But from what he was saying, he's like, if you like have trouble pooping, go see a chiropractor. They can make you regular.
I just don't agree with that.
He said like scientifically they can't prove it, but he's like technically there's a muscle that when they release it, it'll help you out.
I got in a car wreck, so I've been to a chiropractor like 6 or 7 times. Yeah, I mean, it's like cool and stuff, but it wasn't like regulating my bowels like a Danimals. Like if I want that, I'll just go get a Danimal smoothie.
I haven't had a Danimal since I was in like a lower school.
I had a Danimals at a hotel the other day. It was so good. I went to like the yogurt fridge with like yogurt and milk and fruit and stuff, and I never eat breakfast. So this was a big milestone for me. Because at a hotel, you have to like get up to go get breakfast, you know? And like sometimes it ends at 8.
I'm not usually not up that early. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, especially when I'm staying at a hotel. Like when are you ever purposely waking up early at a hotel unless you're going to like
Disney
a meeting?
We're
We're on completely different tracks. You said Disney World. I said a meeting. I don't know.
Whenever you're at Disney World, like, you wake up to get to the parks early. Or at least you should.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about Disney World.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
right. I feel like there's a time and place. People that take like their 1-year-old kids there, I'm like, come on. That's a waste of money.
Yeah, I feel like you could just take them to like Six Flags. It'd have like the same effect.
Dude, okay, but Six Flags used to be... like when we were growing up, Six Flags was way better than it is now. Or do we just think it was?
I think kind of both.
Because like I swear they used to actually have the characters like Batman walking
No,
around.
they did.
But they don't anymore, right?
Well, maybe not Batman, but like...
Well, no, I
Bugs
swear there's
Bunny.
like Batman, Wonder Woman, Bugs Bunny, the little whirlwind dude.
Tasmanian Devil.
What? Who owns them? Warner Brothers?
Yeah. Warner Brothers. Yeah. Should be Warner Brothers. Yeah, definitely. And because they have DC World in there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. As we're coming into the holidays, all my photographers out there, this is kind of going to be our comment section for this episode. So, how do you feel about bringing your camera to family holidays? And I say this because I have someone in my family who low-key abuses the camera when I'm at family holidays.
No. Okay, so I don't take my camera to family holidays because like I don't know, it's never like been my role. That's not true. That's not true. Last Christmas I was asked to bring my camera because on one side of my family they wanted a family photo taken, and the thing is, like, if you're gonna ask someone to take a professional photo, you have to like give them control of it because they're like, here, we want to take it in this room. The lighting, the worst lighting I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay, just because you take it on a professional camera, if you shoot it in a bad environment, it's not. I was like, low-key, this kid would have looked better if I took it on my phone.
Dude, that happens to me all the time. Like, people will give me the worst environment ever, and I'm like, cool, let's take it on your phone. Because, like, it's just going to be a waste.
Yeah, or like there was a photo, I was taking like a big group photo outside one time, and they were like, can you take it on your camera? And I was like, I would have to drop my shutter speed so much. Like, if I had a tripod, sure, but like, no, like there's no light out here.
Literally, it's the worst. Like, your ISO is all the way up at like 25,600. It's just like
the grain is as big as a pixel. Just like
it's like 1 pixel, like noise spots. So you're a no go on that.
Pretty much.
Because I am now. In the past, I've always brought my camera to family holidays because I always was kind of under the impression that I'd want to like take pictures at my family holidays.
Yeah.
Maybe like say at my grandma's house or like outside or something. But no, I never did. And I always ended up just taking pictures of someone. And the worst part was they never did it on my schedule. It was always like, oh, hey, let's go outside right now and take your photo. And I'm like, dude, you just woke me up from my nap after my pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that's a big thing that happens. And then I will say this year, actually, one of my cousins was like, hey, can you do my headshots?
That's
so
different.
She's going to pay me.
That's so easy.
Which is like great. I was like 100%. I was like, I'll show you, literally give me $50. I don't even care. It's like a one photo.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. But
yeah, no, I've never gotten paid It's always like there's a lot of entitlement behind it, and I'm just like, get out of here.
Hey, that's kind of just how it goes sometimes. I don't know. It's also family, so you got to navigate those relationships, but pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, I definitely tried to choose the battles too many times. And I lose them every time. That's for sure. All right, what else do I have on here? Oh, taking your camera on vacation.
So this Christmas, I'm going to Costa Rica, and I'm renting a underwater cage, which like I was literally like normally I would not take my camera probably.
Yeah.
But like I've always wanted to take my R6 under the ocean, and it's like the only chance I'm gonna get.
True.
And those cages, the cage for an R6 camera is more expensive than an actual R6.
Yes.
So renting it, I think it's like I got it for like $350, but it's like for 7 days.
And for what lens?
24 to 70.
That's pretty high.
So I am excited to do that. Vacations though, like it also depends. Like when I go to Colorado, I take it.
That's different though.
Yeah,
you're like never in Colorado for vacation though. It's like camp.
Yeah, camp.
Like so here's the thing. I feel like you kind of need two different. I will never bring like my classic camera setup to vacation. Like it's always like a vintage lens.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring
or like a whole
7200 of my gear.
Definitely not. It's always like a whole different camera. And also my rule on bringing a camera to vacation, it needs to not have its own bag. So like if it can't just plop in your suitcase, not going. Like that's why the Fuji X100V is so appealing.
Yeah.
Cuz like that's your vacation camera.
That'd be nice.
But although I'm not trying to drop like $3,000 on a vacation camera.
Nah.
With camera prices these days being like super good. How do you feel about camera prices? Because I feel like they're so reasonable for what you're getting.
Used camera prices are great right now.
They're amazing.
Like, there's not really a better time. And because there's so many new cameras coming out, there's so many old cameras that are on the market and available.
I'm really, really hoping an R5C Mark II comes out. Because that R5C is going to be in my hands.
My goodness.
It's just kind of like I could buy it, but it's like...
I don't know. I had a professional who shot on the R5C tell me never to buy one, but he said he just didn't like how like the settings were arranged, and he's like,
that's fair.
He's like, and like obviously because it's a cross between a cinema and mirrorless. What was the word?
It's a mirrorless
cross
camera.
between cinema and mirrorless. And he's like, if that's what you're looking for, he's like, it's great. But he's like, if that's not what you're looking for, he's like, it will kill you.
Exactly. Which is like why, like it's very much built for a certain type of shooter. Like I'm 100% not getting rid of my R6. My R6 is going to be my running gun, like my low light camera. Like that's what I need it for.
So good.
R5C is going to be when I have those wedding pictures where it's perfectly lit. I'm doing portraits.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting outside in great lighting conditions, and like I don't need to worry about ISO at all.
100%.
In fact, the opposite. I need to worry about getting rid of light.
Yep.
So that's why I want the R5C. But if anyone wants to just donate me one,
I'm trying to think of my next purchase is gonna be. No, it won't be a camera body. It'll be like a 16 lens, I think.
16 to 35, or 16.
I would just get prime 16.
Yeah, there's some good options for.
Yeah.
The issue is like understanding like a wide full frame lens at a low constant aperture. So hard to come by, like an actual good one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like I look on B&H, like I love shopping for lenses like all the time and looking at like what are the cinema options, like what are your needs in that lens? Like, do you need autofocus?
No, I literally just want a wider lens. Because the widest lens I have is a 24-70, which would be the 24 on it.
Are you trying to get the 16 millimeter RF one?
I would like to. I don't know.
So like that would be crazy.
Yeah. Like honestly, I might, but then it's like that would be annoying though, because then it would be my only RF class of whenever I took my adapter off.
Trust me, it's not that annoying. I have RF lenses and it's not that bad. Yeah. You just have to bring your back covers on, which like that's not hard.
Yeah,
it's a piece of plastic. 100%. So, yeah, I don't know. Like there's something about manual glass that I'm just like, I'm really into right now.
I'm not, dude. I've never really been in. I mean, I shoot in manual so much more than I ever thought I would, but it's more because like I'm setting up on a tripod and shooting it this time. But it's like whenever I'm running a gun in the field, because the R6 autofocus is so good.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, let's talk. Have you ever shot Sony autofocus?
I never shot on a
It's
Sony.
so different.
Really?
Yes. And like the settings are super weird. So like the R6, like if I want to switch, say like this camera was focused on Luke and they wanted to focus it on me, you can literally just do that and it will change the person. And like I don't know if that's built into the camera or if that's just something that I found that works, but I'll like do that like all the time just to like go down the line of people.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So yeah, especially when I'm shooting concerts and I want to like just switch from two people interacting and switch to the other one, I literally just have to move my camera and like I can.
It's
reset
so
it.
nice. It's so nice. I don't understand how it's that good.
Yeah.
Cause like back, man, I can't complain about it that much because we weren't really shooting in the time of like bad autofocus.
Well, I still remember on my T7i, the autofocus is shot, like it's not good.
With SL3 or T7i?
T7i, and
Your SL3's autofocus just doesn't work though.
because
Right?
I dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't drop it actually. It was set up on a bad tripod, which is why
It
if you
was-
buy a tripod, buy a nice tripod.
If you ever buy an Amazon Basics tripod, just get ready. You're gonna buy a new camera.
You're gonna
too.
buy a new camera very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had it set up on that. The strongest wind came.
It really wasn't even that strong
It
too,
wasn't-
which
it
just
wasn't.
goes to show. Like if
And-
you're setting up a tripod and the last leg, like
Yeah.
the last extension point is that big,
Not good.
you're toast.
toast.
You're absolutely cooked.
So I still use that SL3 sometimes, but it's only manual focus now. No autofocus.
It's also just that quality is not good. Like it shoots 4K, but it shoots 4K 30. Not even 4K 24.
Which like SL2 does. So it's like a low-key, I wish I got on the SL2, but
the SL2 doesn't shoot 4K. It shoots 1080,
but it shoots 24.
But it shoots 24.
Yeah, which I would rather have 24 1080.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why I got the SL2.
Yeah, because it's weird because then I would shoot the crop in factor on the SL3 was not worth it too.
Yeah.
Because I would put a 50mm on it and it's shooting in my eyeball.
Literally, dude, oh my gosh. Back in the day when I used to only have a crop sensor camera with a 50mm, not crop sensor lens, like a
Yeah.
full frame 50mm, dude, those were rough days for shooting like wide angle video.
Or you do like a group photo of someone and you'd be like so far
You'd like
away.
be backing up to like the next house.
You'd be like yelling so they could hear
Be down
you.
the block. Yeah, bro. I used to try back during COVID. Oh my gosh, dark times. But I used to set up my camera as my webcam. But like I wanted a nice background,
Yeah.
and so I'd use the 50mm.
It'd be
So my
across the
webcam would be
room.
across the room, bro. It was literally like, and I'd just be like looking at it on a Zoom meeting, but I couldn't see anyone because it's
across the
over
room.
there, and then it's just like my head.
That's so funny.
It was so bad. Oh my gosh, back in the day.
Dude, one time we did a Zoom interview for like one of my class projects.
Oh yeah, we did. It's still up on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I've seen it.
I just remember like our setups were so different.
I think they were pretty good though.
Yeah. I think yours looked better.
Well, that was on the.
Mine's on my T7i or SL3, one of those two.
I think mine was on the SL2 with the 50mm.
Yeah.
And I had my camera like all the way in the corner.
Yeah,
of
like
my room.
I was in my dorm room and it was like across the
Yeah,
room.
you literally have to like if we were filming on this setup, we'd have the camera all the
We
way
couldn't
in this
shoot
corner,
here, yeah, because
and then we'd have to sit
it
all
would
the
be
way back
impossible
there.
because there's not enough space back there.
It would be equivalent of shooting on a 70 to 200.
Yeah.
But like why would you ever do that for this shot?
Which for concerts it was actually great because I needed to zoom in more than I needed to. And so I
Yeah.
remember when I went to the R6 and I put my 50mm on it and I didn't have my crop anymore and I was like, oh, I don't even use my 50 barely because it doesn't get close
Yeah, I
enough
know.
anymore.
I never use my 50 because whenever I'm shooting at 50mm, I always just shoot it on the Helios because I think it's a 48mm,
yeah,
and it's like it looks cool.
and the background's cool.
All right, let's see. Oh, my next one I have is dating a photographer.
I always said I would never do it.
I always thought I would.
Really?
Yes, I
We're
always wanted
opposites.
to.
No, literally the one thing I always said is like I'll never date another photographer because I know how photographers work and they're not nice people most of the time. I'm just kidding. There are some lovely photographers, but like two photographers dating to me didn't work out.
Why? Because of schedules or what?
Schedules and then like competition,
Mm.
especially if like which Skylar and I are. Skylar's my fiance. I've worked out where like we like alternate or one of us. We don't have a problem second shooting for the other person.
Yeah.
Like, well, when we started, I was always first shooter because Skylar was a very beginner. And now, like, I enjoy second shooting so many times. 'Cause like, oh yeah, you can do all of the editing and I'll just get $500. Please.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's so nice.
and we have a great system worked out too, where like even if like she's not second shooting, I'll like shoot and then I'll let her manage the couple with an iPad and do poses, and I'm literally just have to press a button. It's like fantastic.
That is nice.
But yeah, no, 2 photographers to me. I was like, I don't want to date another photographer. And then I met Skylar, and I found out she's a photographer. I was like, oh well, that's not even an option. And
I was so the opposite. Like I was like actively like seeking out photographers.
you're lying.
No, dude. Like if I saw,
We didn't even know any girl photographers at the beginning.
Yeah,
You
I
knew
did.
that one actually
I knew several.
that you were interested in.
Well, when I started, I was a freshman in high school. I was interested in a brick wall. Like, yeah. I
Valid.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. At our school, there was none.
Well, yeah,
There's
but like,
one in your grade.
no. But I have other people. I mean, I had other friends outside of school.
That's true.
Not a loser.
Fine.
I'm just saying. You act like I have no game.
No. You had multiple girlfriends in high school.
I did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them girlfriends necessarily.
There's
but
potential.
situationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Anyways.
Anyways, let's get off this topic. Oh yeah, my next is how to know when it's the right time to buy a piece of gear. Storage, wait till the last second because it's always getting cheaper.
That's true.
Bad.
But also, like you can also like not have too much storage.
Yeah, but you're gonna know. Like you're never gonna be like, oh crap, I'm out of storage.
Yeah, but I'm
Unless
also
you're
just
like
an
an
idiot. And I bought external storage, but then for so long I just would just I bought external storage, but for so long I would just store it on my desk, like on my laptop, on my desktop.
Yep.
And
Wait, oh my gosh.
because I have like 2 terabytes on it. And
Yeah, but like still that's insane. Because when Luke
No,
was
I know.
teaching, sorry, I'm interrupting. But when Luke was teaching his class, he like pulled up his desktop and there was just like 100 folders.
okay, well that's because I'm in the process now of going back and moving all that to external storage, but I didn't know Mac did this, but it automatically will just store stuff in the cloud. So even though it's on the desktop, it's not. So now I have to go and re-download everything that's saved there, and it takes like so long. So it's basically doubling my process of moving it. Instead of I just moved it over right when I did it.
Yep.
And
Which is why
it's a never-ending process now.
this is why I try and teach you stuff.
It's horrible.
But yeah, okay. So when do you know? So I'll explain this. So I knew it was time to buy my R6 and upgrade from a crop sensor to a full frame when it was like physically holding me back from like shooting stuff.
Yes, that's valid.
And also I had a rule that I had to have made 3 times the amount of money that the camera would cost and like actively have that in savings. Like it's not that I had to make, so like the camera at the time was like $3,500. So it's not that I had to make like, what would that be, like $15,000?
Something like that.
Or like with taxes and stuff.
Wait, 3 times, like $9,000.
Oh
yeah. Math.
Whoops. 3,500. It would
Like
be
12.
more like 12.
Yeah.
So like $12,000. Like it's not that I would have to make $12,000. It's that I had to not only have made that, but off photography only. But I also had to have saved that amount off photography only. So that was my rule when I was like, I'm going to upgrade my camera. And that was just kind of a personal financial decision. It worked out great. Also, like if you are financing a camera, you're cooked. Why are you doing that?
No, 100%.
That's a wild thing to do because like also just shoot with the gear you have. Like I know people still shoot with like 5D.
I shot with my T7i for maybe almost 2 years.
Yeah, especially if you're doing shots on a tripod, you don't need a nice camera.
100%. And also like what I literally can't emphasize enough is like the glass is so much more important.
That's true.
Like before I bought a 24-70 and a 70 to 200 before I ever bought my R6.
I really need to start researching the difference between the old EF glass and the new RF glass, like in terms of actual quality. Because I feel like the old RF glass, like you have a Mark 1 70 to 200, like the original 70 to 200.
Fantastic.
I have the Mark 2, which is still old.
Yeah.
Like that thing, if you look at my 70 to 200, that thing is beat.
Yeah.
Like it is dented, like it's messed up. But then, like, what's the difference between that and, like, the RF 70 to 200? Like,
I feel like I should, like, rent one and just see, like, what it looks like.
I feel like there can't be that big of a quality difference
But,
because it's already L glass.
Dude, but it's $2,400.
Yeah, but think about that. Like, ours used to be that.
Yeah.
So, like, I buy a lot of used glass. Like, I think every single one of my lenses is used, except for my 50 mil. Because like it's $100. You're not gonna be able to get one cheaper than that. And if you are, it's because someone's yearbook teacher beat it and dropped it, and like they're selling it for $80 on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, shout out to the yearbook teacher that was in my workshop.
Oh, you should tell that story.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the
story. Rip her to shreds. She deserves it.
So I was teaching at a conference
dude,
last weekend. Y'all know.
Just assume they've watched the ITS episode.
So I show up to my last workshop, right? And valid, I was like 2 minutes late to this workshop.
But why were you 2 minutes late?
I couldn't get in the door.
Yeah.
There's so many people. And to my own workshop. And so then I hear like this woman and she's like, oh my goodness, like this guy did not show up to his workshop. He wasn't here for his last one either. Like roasting me to shreds. Mind you, like I've taught all my workshops on time. Like I was there at the last workshop and the one before that and the one before that. And so I'm just standing there and I'm like, maybe I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah.
So I pull it up on my phone.
Which is fair.
And I asked someone like, hey, like what workshop are you here for? And they're like, getting the perfect shot. And I was like, yeah, this is my workshop. And they're like, oh, great. I walk in and she's like, oh my gosh, like I hope you didn't hear what you were saying.
She was like, oh, sorry, I was totally talking crap about you.
And I was like, hey, it's okay. In this industry, you got to have thick skin, and just like played it off or whatever.
It was really funny because the whole time Luke was talking about like super, super beginner cameras, and like it's not that you were trashing on them because you were saying they were good.
Yeah.
But she had that exact setup. And I was like, dang, that sucks. Like, that's wild. And then what happened at the end of the lesson?
At the end of the class, she came up to me and I don't remember how she led, but she's like, hey, like, will you please come speak to my students? Like, can I pay you to come talk to my class? And I was like, Cort said I shouldn't. But I was like, hey, if it's money, I'll take it.
I didn't say that.
You said you wouldn't.
I said I wouldn't. I didn't say you shouldn't.
Okay.
But I also have very high standards for like the gigs that I'm taking.
To go talk somewhere, like literally pay me $100. I'll go do it.
Lovejoy? That's kind of far.
I forgot
me
where she
personally.
was, but I don't know. I also love teaching. Like after I taught my first workshop that day, I literally was like, dang, I could actually be a teacher. And then I taught my second workshop and I was like, I could never be a teacher.
That's valid. Luke was like walking in circles forwards and backwards the whole time, and he had left his camera bag on the ground. The whole time we thought you were just going to trip and fall backwards and like knock out on the back wall.
Dude, when one of them I was teaching and I was like, because I'm very ADHD, so I have to like have something in my hands. And I was like fidgeting with my ND filter and I like dropped it and it rolled like, across the whole room. And I said like play it off like I meant to do that.
Oh, yeah. You're like, oops.
Kept going. I was like,
luckily, it's like one of the Peter McKinnon ones that are like
protected.
They're so nice. Okay. Well, how do you know when it's time to buy the right piece of gear?
Like when I got my R6, it was when I started doing more video than photo.
That's valid.
Which literally like
video will always make you buy gear.
100%.
Photo doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Video, you're toast.
Like literally, because I had 2 big shoots coming up, and I was like, I literally can't shoot these to the quality that I need to on this camera. So I was like, I have to upgrade. And so I literally went on Marketplace, and someone had literally, it was like a Nikon shooter who had bought an R6, and he's like, I shot this like 5 times. I hate it.
It's only 26 megapixels. Yeah. It's not 500 megapixels for my pictures of birds.
He was selling it for like $500 less, and he literally like the shutter count had been like was less than 100 still, and I was like, say less.
How do you even know? You can't.
You can check it on your camera.
My camera, you can't. I don't know what happened.
You can on mine.
Maybe yours has a firmware update or something. Mine, I looked for like a week. I couldn't figure it out because I'm sure my shutter count is in the millions. Dude, the reason that I've been wanting a new camera for like 3 months now, And I think one of the main reasons that I started wanting a new camera was because I was literally scared that my sensor was just gonna explode, because I've literally been shooting on this camera every day for
So long.
like 3 years,
Yeah.
and like a lot of stuff on it.
Honestly, I don't even know how long it's supposed to last, but like, I feel like they're tanks.
I mean, generally, mine has some scuffs.
Yeah.
Like my screen, the back of my screen, like it's like a metal, but it's like encased in like black, like non-stick paint or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing, all that paint is like basically scratched off on the bottom. And I just got this. I got a cheese plate for my camera to like attach stuff to it. Because I'm starting to rig out my camera a little more for video. Now that I'm doing longer form content and stuff. And that cheese plate is gonna be destroyed. Have you ever seen like a cheese plate after the paint is scratched off?
Shredded.
Like that's how my camera cage is gonna look eventually. Like once I get a camera cage, it's just gonna be like literally silver.
I will say, like low-key, even for photographers, camera cage, like I was like, why would a photographer ever need this? It actually is so nice because one, you can mount vertical on any tripod with a camera cage.
Yeah.
And two, like when I just set my camera down, like the cage is getting dented, not the camera.
That too. I forgot about that. I didn't even think about the whole vertical on a tripod thing.
So nice.
Because I'm going to be attaching like handles and stuff, so I don't know if I necessarily can do
Well,
that.
I just take the one handle off, and then that's what I did on the last time. Because you can literally just unscrew it.
Man, maybe I need to look into a different tripod then. Because I have one on I make a Christmas wish list, but then I just buy everything on the Christmas wish list that I didn't get. So maybe I need to look into getting a different tripod.
Yeah, because you can also just like, if you have a tripod that the plate comes off of, you can just put the plate on whatever. And then screw it in. Whatever side of the camera.
You have like an Arca Swiss tripod. That's what that is. And I want one so bad because this one is like not universal.
Yeah.
And I hate it. Man, we're getting so nerdy. Everyone's gonna hate this episode.
Dang it.
Ugh. Okay, next topic: rich kids.
What about them?
Just like people whose parents buy them.
So okay, well, my freshman year when I started at DBU, I was like just starting to like kind of pop off in concert photography, and I was living with this guy and my roommate. He was my roommate, which I ended up leaving.
Almost fell out of my chair.
And his parents bought him like way nicer. I don't remember the exact specs on the camera he got, but like super nice camera, like super nice lenses. Wait, carry the conversation. I'll find it.
How am I gonna carry it? It's your story.
And oh my gosh.
And
Let's see the last time you posted. Hold on. Dang it.
We're getting there. Did he delete his Instagram? Did he quit?
So. No, he is.
I mean, his pictures look nice.
He moved. March was the last
his
time.
colors are horrible.
No, trust me. Let me just go back to the beginning.
Actually, those are better than
he's deleted
his
a lot.
original stuff.
But yeah, not too bad anymore. But that one's sick, dude.
That one,
but you see, like they bought him a star tracker for that. So
okay.
like,
yeah,
he just had everything you could want.
Dang.
And so, and he was always like, he'd always make comments like he was gonna like pass me.
That dude. Okay, not to call him out, but there's someone who's always saying that to me.
Dude, respectfully,
and it's
not
because
a
their
competition.
parents buy them all the gear.
I know.
And I'm teaching him everything.
And they think that like just because they have a gear they're gonna be better. I'm like, dude, respectfully, you could have a freaking red camera and experience is like what makes you good. Like respectfully.
Like I was like literally teaching him stuff, and he was like, "One day I'll pass you," and I was like, "No, you won't."
Like Cort taught me everything I know. Do I ever say stuff to Cort?
No. You actually
We're
haven't
just friends.
once.
Yeah.
So we also work in pretty different fields in terms of like what we're actually shooting.
But
which
also
I think is fun because whenever I don't want to do something, you can refer me and I can refer you.
And also like there's still stuff that I don't know that I need his help with sometimes.
Yeah, like
and there's still stuff that I teach him.
Like how
to magnify on the viewfinder.
Well, I can't do that on mine. On the R6?
Yeah, you can do it on R6.
The Mark 1?
Yes, you can do it on any Canon camera. I can do it on the M50s back there.
Oh, maybe I just never have done that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's literally you can learn. A beginner photographer could probably still teach me something.
Yeah, that's kind of bald.
You know, but like if they watch a YouTube video, like they just know. Maybe they found something new that I didn't know.
I've just never used that button. I'm kind of scared of the buttons on like, cause like what does that button on the front do? Lord knows.
I actually have no idea.
Exactly. Exactly. There's a button on the front of the R6 that's like, it's just there.
It's not a
It's not
back focus, right? Is it just a customizable?
but I don't know where that is in settings. Like,
Yeah.
I looked through all the customizable settings. I couldn't find it.
Dude.
Maybe I'm just dumb, but
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, I've never used the
I've never had a need for it.
I've never used the magnifier, so
Yeah.
I kind of just like use.
Do you custom program your camera, or you just go straight default?
I custom it, but it's pretty similar to default.
Yeah, I basically go default, but I changed each dial to be different. So it's not like I'm changing anything crazy. I just want my ISO in a different place.
Funny enough, I am anti making your own custom Premiere workspaces and anti making a toolbox of custom settings, because I think you should learn your camera's menu like the Bible, and learn Adobe like so that if you could go up to anyone's camera or anyone's Adobe, sit down, hit reset to save layout, like the OG program, that you'd be able to edit off of it, because so many people.
I didn't even know you could customize Premiere like that. I always just use OG.
I used to customize like the wazoo out of it, because that's what Michael does, and that's great because Michael never really has to edit on other people's computers.
Yeah.
But like I've realized I have 3 computers right now that I switch between.
I'm on a different one every day.
I don't have time to like customize every single one of those, so I just started working on the save layouts.
Yeah, I just customized my work camera to match how I have my personal camera set up, because for so long I was like, I don't want, in case someone else uses it. I was like, no one else is using this. I'm gonna set this how I want to set it.
Yeah.
So.
The other thing is like with Sony's, like someone set the Sony in our office, which I'm fine with. They set it up kind of weird, and they only set it up for how they want their video shot, but they took up all the custom slots, I think. And I don't know, just the way they set it up was like not the ideal way to set it up, which is fine. But like I just don't know how to, because it's a Sony, and like there's certain ways to, you know how Canon, like if you turn on focus peaking like I have on, you can't turn on zebras.
Yeah.
And like vice versa. Like there's certain stuff on Sony's that you can't do if you have one setting on. And it's just completely the opposite of what I like.
Nice.
And so that's not nice. You just
I was not gonna lie. I was formatting something else in my own head that I responded to you, but I was thinking something completely different.
You out. All right.
I was actually preparing to ask you a question.
I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Do you have any like stories of working with someone in the industry that was just like a terrible experience?
I mean that director, but
okay, I have one, and I'm like still bitter about this to this day. And I'm trying I'll just tell a story. So basically, when I was doing my 299 days of content, I had this marketing agency reach out to me. Have I told you this story?
No.
Okay, and they're like, "Hey, dude, like we love your content. Would you want to come? We're filming an ad for this barbecue company. Would you want to come like to our set and just shoot behind the scenes content style stuff for us?
I love that.
As well as be a second camera for them." And I was like, "Yes, sure, I'll do it." So like, cool, we'll send you the paperwork. And they sent me the paperwork. I literally signed the paperwork for like my W-9 or whatever it was, send it back to work. Gets to the day. So now they have like my phone, and they have my phone number and my email at this point.
Yeah.
The night before, they DM me like, "Hey man,
bro,
are you?"
I literally dealt with this yesterday.
Dude, they said, "Let me finish the story."
Sorry.
Though. Are you gonna just checking in that you're gonna be there tomorrow? Didn't check my DMs because like one
who does
the night, and so then I see it though, right? It's like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. maybe, and I respond. I'm like, "Hey, yes, I'll be there." I get an email the next day from them.
You're fired.
Literally saying, "Hey Luke, because we didn't get a response from you at this time, we're gonna terminate this contract and not bring you out." And then like proceeded to lecture me. I should pull up the actual email. Lecture me about how in this industry like timing and responsibilities, everything. To which I then responded and like, and then he offers, "If you like want to go get coffee and like so I can explain this better to you, like I would love to." Meanwhile, like I'm not to be prideful, but I'm an industry professional at this point. Respectfully, I get that I'm young, but like
Instagram
I don't need
DMs is not the way to do
right?
things.
So I responded like a little bit snappy, and I was like, "Hey, like respectfully, here's all of the emails that I responded. I emailed 3 people on your team. I filled out all of the paperwork. There was no communication problem on my end. Why were you DMing me?"
Yes.
And he responded with something like, would love to go get coffee at a later date and explain it, and they never did. So then I went to I was working in a different company at the time. I went to my boss and I showed her all of the DMs, emails, and I was like, please tell me, did I do something wrong in this industry? I think I know what I'm doing. And she was like, no, dude, you just need to get far away from these people because they're crazy.
That's whack.
I'm like,
so if you ever Instagram DM me, within 10 minutes, I'm sending you my number, because if our texts go on for more than 20 minutes,
yeah,
if I have closed the app more than twice and gone back and reopened the app, you're getting my number.
Yeah,
that is not a promise, but
well, and respectfully,
I have 7 accounts logged in on my phone.
Yes, and respectfully, yes, our interactions started on Instagram. But we had already moved to text and email.
Yes.
So that you should not be going back to that.
Instagram should not be your default messenger app.
No.
Where are we? China?
Yeah.
It's not WeChat.
What are we doing?
You kidding me?
I was so mad.
That's
low-key, it bugged me for so long, and now I'm just it is what it is. But
I'm so glad you told that story.
Oh.
I would actually punch that guy
and
in the face.
the creepiest part about that is, so Skylar and I were dating at this time, and he after this whole event happened, he went and requested to follow Skylar. After we had had our whole falling out though.
This guy sounds just like a freak.
But the thing is, he's 40 or 50. He is a professional. I wonder if he follows.
Well, 40 and 50 doesn't mean they're good. Just means they're old.
Oh, what is this guy's name?
Pulling up the old LinkedIn. This is about to get dangerous.
What's their name?
I don't know. You spent a lot of time Googling today.
Dude, I don't know. That's just one of my stories. But also we see that in a lot in this industry where people, and I don't want to sound prideful, young, you know what you're doing, but also age doesn't necessarily mean you're better.
Experience. That's what happens with professors at film school, is they get behind.
Yeah.
They literally fall behind.
I'm in college right now. I can tell you some of my professors that are.
Yeah.
And this is I was thinking about this today.
He's not Brian Bailey.
He's not, dude. One of the smartest men.
He's
and
actually genius.
He can nerd out about gear like no one else.
Yes, it's because he has all of it.
I just toured Prestonwood Baptist Church, all of their servers, everything, and I was just
Brian Williford, he brought an A1,
Dude.
the Sony A1, the brand new one. Well, granted, he did bring it to a low light environment, which he was like, dang it, I shouldn't have done this. That's my bad. But I was like, dang, you already have that thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. All the cameras that I've ever bought are years old.
Yes.
The R6 when I got it was 2 or 3 years old.
I guess my SL3 was new, but besides that.
Yeah, but that's also
it's not a really real.
It was a $600 camera.
Yeah.
It's not like you're buying an R1.
Couple grand, yeah.
Yeah. Dang, that's a good story, actually.
I was thinking about this. So in the college football in the NFL, when you finish college, you go into the NFL draft, and when you're drafted, the first pick in the NFL draft is paid I don't know, it's $8 million, which isn't a lot for the NFL, but that's $8 million a year is more than a 15-year veteran that's on his last salary, and
for media,
for football. So if you the first pick in the draft is making more than a 5-year veteran, assuming the veteran's just a mediocre guy,
Yeah, okay.
And so I'm low key, why don't all industries do this? Where it's we have a fresh batch of college graduates or high school graduates or whatever pool you want to do. It's there should be some system where you enter into a draft and then you're drafted and the top picks get paid more. And guess what? It might be more than some people in the industry, but they're probably better and they're going to develop into something better anyways.
That brings us to our sponsor, Indeed.com.
No, but does that, am I crazy?
No, that sounds horrible. That actually sounds idiotic.
Hear me out. Because then you go you go under contract with a company, and it would also get rid of, when you're at a company and then you start looking for another job, but you can't tell anyone because in case you don't find another job, you don't want to go to another company.
Yeah.
It would completely get rid of that because when you get signed, you would be okay, I'm here for 5 years, and in 5 years, I'm going to become a free agent, and then you can re-sign me. I'm going to cost more money, or I'm going to start looking at other options. It would eliminate the whole thing where the company's oh, what are they doing? It's the awkward stage of transition,
I just think that sounds horrible. To me, that sounds literally awful. That sounds like the worst experience I could have at a job.
I feel it would benefit the creatives more, though. You would make more money.
I guess I'm not a creative
because it would be
then.
more
but you're making the same amount of money for 5 years. Sounds horrible.
Yeah, well, you could set your contract length, but it would be higher. If you were a higher pick, it would suck. Yeah, if you were bad at your job and you got paid no money.
Dude, I think you're like way off up here.
Anyways,
La,
maybe
la, la,
maybe
boo,
y'all
man.
understand.
That Diet
but
Coke is that aspartame is seeping into your brain, bro.
I thought I was onto something. That could be like a business app, right? No, maybe I'm
Dude,
stupid.
I think you're just crazy.
Okay, well, do you have any business ideas that could go viral?
No, but one of the Reed I was just meeting with, he said he's developing something, and it sounds pretty cool. I can't tell you what it is, probably, but I mean, I don't want to like give it away because I don't.
Someone could steal
it's
it.
his idea.
I have
It's
an
a
idea.
good idea.
I have an idea. One of your mine.
As long as it's not a draft. Yes.
No, it's like a business idea that I think could actually make money.
Okay, go ahead.
So we've all seen like the big semi trucks driving down the road when you're like on a long road trip, right?
Yeah.
Well, I did the math on my own independent study, and 1 out of 3 is completely blank.
Yeah.
Just white. No branding, no logos anywhere.
Yeah.
So we could find a way to create our own company that partners with these big shipping companies, and we use the sides of these trucks as portable or movable billboards.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay money to go on the side of a truck. Because if this truck pulls up to McDonald's and is delivering food, it doesn't have to say McDonald's on it. It could say freaking pancake paste. You know, like we can advertise for whoever we want. It doesn't actually have to match what's inside the trucks.
Yeah.
It's just free space that's moving around that's like money that could be made. And it's just not being made.
I feel like the last thing that I want to see when I'm driving down is like someone merging into my lane that's like a Denny's Grand Slam ad on the side of their truck.
We'll see. That's
I mean,
everything.
that's a valid idea, but like,
And then,
yeah.
but then we would get like freaking Congress would be like, it's more we're creating dangerous environments for
I'm low key against forceful marketing.
marketing.
Like billboards, not a fan.
Yeah, but I don't think the government would be able to stop it because the government literally makes money by selling space on the side of the DART bus. So, is the DART run by the government?
I guess so.
So yeah, they literally couldn't get mad because they do the same thing.
It's fair.
I think it could
I
actually
just
make
think
money.
at that scale it's insane. Like I'm low key anti like billboard I think marketing is okay on the internet, but like once you get into real life it gets kind of sketch.
No, but I think they're about to cross over way more than you realize.
I'm going to hate it.
And like literally in 20 years, we'll probably all be wearing VR headsets every day. And when you wake up in the morning on your wall, someone's going to pay for that wall space as an ad.
Literally going to be the worst nightmare ever.
But couldn't you see that happening?
Yeah, I could, but I don't want to. Like those cars that drive by, like on my way to work, I don't want to see your Uber Eats ad on a taxi next to me. Like that's my drive to work.
Well, you know, there's companies that you can wrap your car with
Yeah.
their own ad, and they'll
I
pay
know.
you like
I think
a
that's the
monthly
worst
payment.
thing on the earth.
I don't know. I don't. It depends on how much they're paying. I
Because like when you seek something out on the internet, like the internet's different. Because like the internet, it's like okay, cool, like you're on the internet.
I don't know. I feel like it's worse than the internet because they're actually tracking you, and then they're literally like seeing what you like and targeting you.
But at least it's not interfering with your real life.
Isn't it? Because then you're more likely to spend money because they're targeting you on what you want.
Well, I want them to target me on what I want.
See, but that's a debate. Some people want. Some people are like, get out of my business. I don't.
Yeah,
want
dude.
You.
Like when it comes to Christmas shopping, like that's why I love that. Like some websites track you. Well, I don't love all of them, but like I low key wish that Amazon like tracked me a little more because I wish that like Christmas would.
I
shopping
kind
would
of
be a
agree
little
with
easier.
you, but I also know people that would like vehemently disagree.
No, yeah, I agree.
Also, that reminds me. Have you seen that Instagram released a new setting where you can reset your algorithm?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Is
And
that-
Google.
Are you
can
going
erase
to do it or no?
No. Why would I erase it? I've been building that thing brick by brick for years.
Yeah, I'll say my Instagram. I like in my algorithm. I will say, have you been on YouTube recently?
Mm-hmm.
Have they changed
dude,
it?
my algorithm sucks. It's been sucking for like
A couple days.
year.
Okay,
no.
okay. Is
a
anything-
long time.
I don't know if this is true, but like in the past couple days, have you noticed anything different about YouTube?
Yeah, it feels different.
It's
Like I feel like I can't find
when you're scrolling through like just
on the
a normal-
homepage. I can't.
It's
find what I
horrible,
want.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I swear. So one thing I noticed that YouTube is doing is they like where like a YouTube video would be when you're scrolling on the homepage. They now have like podcast playlists that's like impulsive, 431 episodes.
Oh well, we are using that though. I added that feature.
Yeah,
to
but
ours.
every 1 in 5 videos, I'm getting like these random like channels that are this big on my screen.
But you love impulsive, so like it's working.
I lucky haven't watched them in forever.
You-
Like they've been like they shouldn't be in my feed, and like also I watched like one police body cam video, and that's all my algorithm now.
You know what I've been really on lately is National Geographic is releasing full-length episodes Like, I watched one about, like, assassins last night. You need to look these up. They're insane.
That'd be crazy.
And I watched one on, like, Kim Jong-un and, like, just all this stuff. And it's so nuts.
If one president was added to Mount Rushmore, who would it be?
I don't know, like, George Bush?
What did George? Didn't he like do 9/11?
I don't know.
Just kidding. George Bush didn't.
I
do
don't
it.
know a lot about presidents.
FBI just breaks in through the window, or it'd be the
that would
CIA.
be
Wouldn't
CIA,
it?
yeah.
No, it would not be George Bush. It would be like,
I don't know.
is Lincoln on it? I don't think he is.
Is he? That would be a good one.
Like the hat and the
He
beard
did
would go
free
hard.
he did free the slaves.
Come on.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. I mean, I don't want to be on the wrong side of history. This is a dumb question to be Googling. He's definitely not.
Who's on Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore features the faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt.
Dang, so he's already on there.
Dang it! So I choose another.
Who is
one?
the fifth? Ben Black Elk is the fifth place.
I guess it'd be like JFK or Reagan, right?
JFK was also apparently very sus. I read a book about it.
Well, I just saw something, and it said that every president who has opposed like the government
Dude, how
system,
did I not remember Lincoln's on there? He has the most obvious face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, George
Washington
Washington does, but like,
I just saw something, and it said that every president that's opposed like big government, not big government, but like the government system, has been shot.
it's not surprising.
Trump, JFK, Reagan, and I'm maybe not the other one that
And your mom.
probably died, but
How many? That's the thing, though, is like I feel like every president opposes big government. Like
no, but like it's like actually
stuff
like
like
trying to
Obama.
change it.
Obama loved big government.
Did he? Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
dude,
know.
he was big government. He like set up so
Obamacare,
many
like,
programs,
Yeah.
which I mean, I'm not making a statement on that, but I
Do
don't
what you
even
will.
know about it. I was in I just hit myself. I was in like third grade when that was going on. So
Which is I don't mean we'll see. I love politics, so we're not gonna get into
Not to get
politics,
political.
so.
Me and Luke, I feel like we have very different political views, but we just never talk about it.
Yeah, I'm more like
No, we're not gonna talk about it.
you tried to get into it on the first
No,
episode. and I
I'm
was
not.
like,
I'm not.
absolutely not.
Well, I just said the election's happening. That's all I said.
Yeah, dude.
It did happen.
The
election
election
did happen.
happened, and that's all we're gonna say.
That's
about
all we're
that.
gonna say. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it. Let me see if I have any more notes. Can you believe giving away secrets and lenses? That's all I have left.
Yeah, what are you giving our secrets?
Like people always ask me, like, I don't know. I just feel like I've been giving away so many of my trade secrets recently.
That is something that like photographers do gatekeep a lot.
I don't though.
No, I feel like,
But I
don't
feel
think
guilty
do.
when I don't gatekeep. Like I feel like I should be gatekeeping more.
I agree sometimes. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll tell someone something and I'm like,
I'm like, crap, I shouldn't have said that.
frick.
Especially if they have like a A79
Yeah.
or whatever, and I'm like, oh, rats.
Dang it.
I told them about the QuickTime gamma compensation lot.
No, there is. Yeah, I will say how much, because you do more video than I do. How much of your graphics are you making yourself versus downloading?
Pretty much every single thing I do is handmade.
Really?
Yeah.
So you,
I
you would
don't
never just download stuff from like Full Time Filmmaker?
I've logged into Storyblocks one time this year, and it was to look for a template. I didn't even download it.
Because I'm doing like a broadcasting project. We have to like do Jeopardy. And I just didn't want to animate the entire Jeopardy logo in After Effects coming in, so I just went in and just downloaded something.
Well,
off,
I mean, that's completely different.
Envato
It's
or whatever.
Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a real project either. It's not like you're making like a client.
Yeah.
You weren't getting paid for it.
No, I'm doing it for school.
But yeah, everything I'm doing is handmade.
Yeah.
For the past.
That's what I'm super excited to start
Yeah.
doing more of on an iPad. Is like animating my own stuff. Hopefully, I'm gonna get an iPad for Christmas. I asked Santa Claus for one, but he hasn't written me back.
So
yet.
you still believe in Santa? Me too.
Yeah. I write him every year. Do you not?
Okay, dude, funny enough, I actually have something to go out on. Red 1.
I haven't seen it.
Sucks.
I thought it was gonna.
One of the worst movie experiences I've ever had. It started off so strong. What's his face? One of my favorite actors, J.K. Simmons. One of my favorite actors. He's in it maybe 25 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. and he plays Santa, so that's saying a lot. And then the other thing is they started off really strong. I mean, it was shot on like I think Ariflex, so like really good cameras and really good lenses. Like they shot a lot of shots like tasteful. They used a tasteful amount of anamorphic lenses for several shots, like a tasteful amount of shots. So I was like, okay, like this movie has an all-star cast.
Yeah.
Looks good. Like the colors were nice.
Too forced.
It was shot in IMAX.
Bad storyline.
Movie storyline stunk.
Ah.
Like actual booty cheeks. And yeah, it was the worst 2 hours and like 40 minutes of my entire life. Way too long. Yeah, I wanted to go home the entire time. That was one of the first movies that my girlfriend has wanted to stand up and leave. Like really has thought about leaving. So yeah, I mean I'm not saying not to go see Red One, but don't see Red One.
I'm excited to see the new Gladiator movie, and
dude, we should go see that. Do you want to go see that like tonight?
I think I might go tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow.
I'm leaving town tomorrow.
Dang it. Because I think my family... Oh, wait, no, I could go see with you. My family wants to see Wicked, so I could go see Gladiator.
Tonight?
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Gladiator after this. Woo! And it's
Oh
Tuesday. It'll be $5.
It's off.
$5.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. We're going to Gladiator. See ya!
Peace.